Hello. Okay. All right, guys. Welcome back to the video lecture series here for Intro to GIS. What I want to do today is basically provide you all with an update to what used to be called USGS Seamless, where we basically use this website to download different types of GIS data for various applications. It's nice because they have elevation data in terms of a digital elevation model. They have aerial photography, they have satellite imagery, and they also have products that they've created. For example, the National Land Cover Data Set. But what happened a few months ago is that the old site, USGS Seamless, was updated by a newer one, which I think is a little bit harder to use. And you guys need some updated video instructions. So to make sure that you can do Lab 5 correctly, what I want to do is just update the part where you get your data. So all the other instructions are going to remain the same. I'm just going to provide you with some instruction for getting the necessary info you need to do the editing and digitizing lab. So what I want you to do is to go to Google, and you could actually just go in and type in USGS Seamless still. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull up a link to the new viewer, which is the USGS TM 2.0 viewer. All right, and so this is where we need to go to get the data that we need for the lab. So you'll click on that, and you'll see that it gives you two options. You go to the new launch page, or it just disappeared, and so we'll be a little bit quicker. You can go to the new download client, and you're going to click new download client because that's where we want to be. So here we can see we got the T&M download client. Interestingly, that says version 1, even though we know we're on version 2, so that's weird. But anyways, okay. So to get the data you need to do the digitizing activity, um, what we're first going to do is basically zoom into an area, and so I'm just going to use Radford for the sake of this example, but you guys would use the address of maybe your apartment on campus, or you could even do where you live now or a vacation place. It doesn't really matter. It just needs to be somewhere where you have a little bit of geographic knowledge about, so you know where there are trees and roads and things like that. So here I'm just going to zoom into Radford, and this is the area, that I'm going to use. Let's zoom out just a little bit, and you can see there are a few different options in terms of what you want to use to download your data. You can put in coordinates, you can draw a polygon or a box around it, or you can just use the map extent. And for this, I think I'm just going to go with current extent. So I'm going to download data that covers at least this much of an area. Now, if you look over here on the left, this is our table of contents where we can change how the map looks a little bit, and then we can select which sort of data products we actually want to download. So that is information that you can download yourself and use. And for this lab, what we want to get is imagery. And the 1 foot imagery is going to be good for this activity. Um, and we also want to go in and get the National Land Cover Data Set, although this one might not be super useful depending upon the size of your study area. It is just nice though, so you can draw some linkages between what you see in the imagery and what's actually on the ground itself. But like I said, if you already know where trees are, you don't need that context, and you may be able to do this all without the land cover data set. But at any rate, I want you to try and download both of these. And so once you've got your map zoomed into the area you want, and the products selected that you want to download, you're going to go in here and click find products. And then it's going to go out and it's going to find information. And here you can see that this has got 24 different results for imagery and 3 for the land cover data set. The reason there are so many more results for the imagery is because they have a smaller footprint. And so what I'm actually going to do, because this is just too much data, is I'm going to click on box point, and I'm just going to drag a box over the area that I actually want to get the data for. And I'm going to hit return to search, and I'm going to hit find products again. And now you can see that there are significantly fewer results. And so I can go in here, I can click on results, and I can hit download, or I could even look at the thumbnail, the footprint here. So this is the piece of information that I'm going to get. If this is where my house was, this may be all that I need. So I can go in, hit download, and you can see right down here, this initiated a download, 17 SNB400. This is a reference number. Right? I don't know where that file went. You can click on this down arrow and you can go to show in folder. And you can basically, let's see, how do I share that for you? Just give me a second here. Share screen 2. You can see that it basically pulls up that folder, which is in my downloads. So it's my username, my downloads. And what you need to make sure that you do is you extract all files. So don't forget that you have to unzip these things. Now, this particular file comes over as a JPEG, right? And you can see that by looking here. It says file format type JPEG 2000. So that kind of tells you which extension you're looking for of adding that information to ArcGIS. Depending upon the size of the area, you may need 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe more files you need to download, because they're all kind of like little pieces or tiles that fit together to make up a larger scene. So you'll go through here, download the necessary imagery or aerial photography files. And then once you're finished with that, you're going to go down to the National Land Cover Data Set. And what you actually want to get is the NLCD land cover, because that's going to show you what's forested, what's grassland, what's a road, what's urban, and so on. You do not need percent canopy cover or percent impervious surface. You only need land cover. So that's all really pretty simple. It is a different interface, I know, but the rest of the instructions are the same for this lab. And please email me if you have any additional questions.